935 K-Day. No at night. We call this Beats and Bars. Day one on the beats.
Yes.
Illest producer you'll ever come across.
Yes.
And we have MCs come through and freestyle. We like to talk to them, and we like to really, really delve into the essence of this hip hop shit, man. And today is dope because we sitting here, as you can see, we just chilling. We drinking some Henny. Day one is here. Shout out to homie Bishop Lamont. But this guy's music means a lot to me personally, man. I'm talking about Ras Kass in the building.
Thank you. What's going on with it?
Yes. All right, there we go.
Some post-production claps too, so it's you know what I'm saying?
Big boom.
So one of the major reasons why I'm sitting here is because my older brother got me into hip-hop at a really young age. And when I was about 10 years old, we moved from San Francisco to Stockton.
Okay.
Shout out to the 209, man.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And he stayed in the Bay Area. I was in Stockton. However, what he would always do is he would always leave tapes at the house. So he'd come visit on the weekends or whatever. He'd leave tapes, he'd leave singles, he'd leave whatever. So it was like, Del the Funky Homo Sapien, Nas Illmatic.
Right.
One of the ones he left me. And you remember the old the old tape singles came in like the cardboard.
Right. You slide in. Yeah, you slide in. Yeah.
So one of the ones he left me at I had to be 11 years old was Won't Catch Me Running. Off that Soul on Ice.
Yes.
And it always stuck with me from that day forward, man. You've always been one of the illest.
Thank you.
From the bars. You used to talk about Jordan Maxwell and Reptilian.
When niggas wasn't even on it.
It was before the internet, when motherfuckers did not know what the fuck he was talking about.
Yeah.
And then years later, we're like, oh shit, Ras Kass was really saying some shit.
He was on it early.
Yeah.
Yeah, way early.
So I said to say, Ras Kass.
Ras Kass. All right.
Yeah,
there we
happy to
go.
be here.
How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I just got back from the Bay.
Oh,
just
shit.
got back last night from Oakland.
Now you got a new project coming, right? Soul on Ice 2?
Soul on Ice 2. So I'm only 21 years old, but it's been 25 years in the making. You figure that out,
right?
I don't know.
Okay. Now, when you say Soul on Ice 2, whenever you give something a part 2,
I'm very critical of naming shit part 2, unless it's like a mixtape series. So to do an album is like, can you really put that lightning back in a bottle? Can you really capture it? And so I wasn't, back in my mind, I was always like, maybe.
Right.
But in general, I was probably 70% like, nah, don't even try it and play yourself. But it just hit me, man. I don't know. I just felt a certain type of way because I did the Apollo Brown record. I did the Jack Splash record. I did the J-Mo Gang EP. And then, I don't know, it just hit me like, yo, you need to just do this shit. And I kind of I think I was recording certain songs in that process.
Right.
Subconsciously putting them to the side, but then I had to just focus in and pulled off the last 10 songs, specifically kind of knowing where I was trying to go. So
now, why now? Why 2019, man?
Perfectly honest, it's just when I'm a real believer of serve no rhyme before it's time. So niggas that tell you about me, I wrote Blasphemy in 2005 because I was in prison and Xzibit kept bothering me to write raps. Oh, my mama. Honestly.
What's up, Alvin?
Yeah, what up, Alvin? Yeah, but no, for real. So by the time that record came out in 2015, that was 10 years. I forgot about them raps. So I literally wrote half that album 10 years before. And the one part of it is, and I don't want this to come off as bitter, dude, but niggas is groupies and dumb as fuck, and they only like whoever's popular.
This industry is based off dick right.
Right.
For sure.
So with that being said, I'm like, niggas is sucking on so-and-so, and they sucking on so-and-so, so what's the point of putting out this shit that burn all them niggas down and you will never pay attention? And so I'm waging what we just did again, because I'm like, nigga, we 3 for 3 right now, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like niggas ain't rhyming like me. Niggas ain't saying the caliber of shit, bar for bar, line for line. You might have the hottest singing nigga on it, Amigos, but your shit whack, my nigga. Or it's okay.
Right.
The level for bars is here. And I be watching niggas, man, somebody's on Funk Flex or on fucking Sway, and I'm like, bro, this nigga's
Here, get in that mic, Ras Kass.
That guy's not that good, bro. And niggas putting fire emojis and shit behind it. Like, come on, man. Come on, my dude. Get off the gas, bro.
Well, that's what me and Bishop were talking about is rappers coming up here rapping off their phone. We got a couple of those.
I mean, fuck it. I'm going to just pull out the notebook. I've already decided. I'm going to cannabis it out. Yeah. I'm really, fuck it, bro, because I don't remember my shit anyway. I'm just going to come with my shit. Fuck it.
In your expert lyricist opinion, what makes a dope rap? Like, what needs to be there to be, like, God level? And Bishop, you can come in on this, too. Day one, you're a producer, so definitely, like...
I was having this conversation with the Mechanics and Twister a day and a half ago, who's my brother, a big brother, my homeboy, you know, like this nigga, like I dare to call a friend. And first of all, there's some people do subject matter. So it's really what their content is that's brilliant. You know, Nas Rewind, that shit is incredible. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that record in particular. Do I love the beat? No, it doesn't matter though. What he said was incredible. Conceptually, it's brilliant. Other people are stylistic. So, and then there's variations of those things combined together. So then some people, Busta Rhymes is a stylist. Pharoah Monch, styles, patterns. Then some people just, their education value, period. Rakim, The God, KRS-One, yeah. And then there's niggas that just got dope voices, Q-Tip, motherfucking Guru.
Right.
If you really listen to it,
yeah. No, but I know what he's saying. I know what he's saying.
I know
Like,
what you're saying,
I love how he's breaking. I love how he's breaking
Snoop,
down lyricism. Yeah,
Snoop
like the
voice
concept.
is crack. It's soothing. It make you want to smoke. It make you feel some type of way. So I think it's all those. And then I think, you know, there's the X factor of what your individual, you know, is you a street nigga, you a hustle nigga, you a playboy nigga, like all those things. Slick Rick was a player nigga. He's like, you know what I'm saying? He's like a player, you know, so what your consistency, what you bring in, not even a gimmick, just what your personality is.
Like your style.
You know, Biz Markie's just funny as fuck. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like, and not just funny as fuck, but that, you know, he ill and he funny and he picks these canvases that accentuate that personality.
Right.
So it's all of those to me.
That's interesting, man.
Bishop, what makes a dope MC, a dope rapper, a dope
MC
line?
is a dope MC. I mean, just a little bit on top
older
of what
brother
he
was
already
music video,
said.
by the way, too.
It's like this is what it's like when I first heard The Coming. No, we'll take it back even better. The What's the Scenario remix.
Ooh, okay.
And everybody was getting down, but then when that motherfucking Busta Rhymes came on, row, 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 it's like, what the fuck is this shit? When you have those people that just give you goosebumps in every way, their delivery, the construct of their patterns, their energy, their tonality, especially when you have somebody, like we'll just go to Black Thought. We'll just go Black Thought, for example, or a Big Pun. When you have people that do these things that you don't even fucking know how they do it. This fucker, I hated him for a long time. I never told him that, and then I did tell him that. You know, because originally I was rapping in Compton, but I was just too good for Compton. I was at Compton High, and I was like, you know what, bro? There's too many rappers from Compton, bro. And then, you know, I moved to Carson, and I went to Carson High, and I was like, good, there's no fucking rappers here besides Booyah Tribe. Shouts out to Booyah Tribe.
Hey, you don't want to fuck around with Booyah Tribe.
Oh, hell no. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I was like, yeah, ain't no niggas here. I'm a ride for Carson. Ain't no. Then this fucker came out with this won't catch me running remain anonymous bullshit. But first I heard this fucker doing drops on the beat, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And then he said Carson. I was like, I hate it. And I had to go back to the drawing board. I was like, because Michael Myers is getting down, but then this fucker, and I hated him. You know what I mean? I hate you, bro. I love you. Now I know you.
Hey, can I say one thing about Carson rappers, though? You guys are very prompt.
Yeah,
Like,
right?
yeah, you and Bishop both, like, early.
I mean, we have a university in our city. We have
We live in two-story houses.
we have a Porsche company there. We have Pepsi there. There's a lot of industry, so we're more cultured. But anyway, excuse me. So anyway, you got these dope ass MCs. When I first heard Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with, it just destroyed me. When I heard ODB. And he was like, I'll be sticking pins in your head like I was a curse. Like, just all that, you just have these unique... When you first heard Cream, and Cream fucked my head up because I was still living in Compton at the time, so I was listening to the Dog Pound and Wu-Tang. So it's a nigga walking through Lantana Hood with army fatigues on and Timberlands. Like, cuz, what the fuck is this shit, cuz? But you have these. I mean, when I corrupt in spirit. When I first heard Corrupt is the MC bottle.
I'm sorry to cut you off, Bishop.
What?
Corrupt is supposed to be here right now.
Corrupt is supposed to be here.
Yeah,
so like we'll do this. We'll say when I first heard Corrupt on, I think it was just say Stranded on Death Row.
Right.
And the way he came off on that shit. When it gives you goosebumps and it scares you, you know you have those phenomenal MCs. So it's not only a thing of persona, but it's also the delivery, the tonality, the conviction in the voice. Like when you hear Scarface, and I never seen a man cry till I
one of my favorite
God,
songs of all
scary.
fucking time, man.
So an MC embodies a lot of elements. I don't want to, I've already rambled on too much, but there's just an embodiment, and this is one of those guys because he changed the landscape for me. Because when I started hearing the way he was getting the bars off, the pockets, the timing, there are dances that an MC can do that only if you know what you're looking at.
Right.
You play it back like Muhammad Ali fights or Mayweather steps and moves or Bruce Lee, slow down the choreography and go, holy shit. You know what I mean? And those are those kind of guys that can get in between those rhythms. And it's the same thing with producers like they want.
Yeah. Right.
And Khalil, shouts out to Beat Buddha, but there's a power that they possess that Biggie. When you hear it, King T, there's a lot of cats that just do this from. We talk about 8 all the time.
Yeah,
It's just magic. But there's a presence, there's a discipline, and there's a way that they're unique. When I first heard De La Soul,
one of
when
my
I
favorites,
first heard,
man.
and you'll never mistake them for anybody else when you hear Mos Def.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When so it's like MC embodies so much more than just punchlines and you sell drugs all the time, because there's only so many MCs that are Renaissance built where they can do anything: storytell, battle rhyme, sexy songs, street shit. You know what I mean? And just like when I heard Saphir, and that's why it brings me back to them.
Shout out Saphir.
When I heard, man, Saphir the Saucy Nomad,
Yeah.
that nigga changed my life. I remember listening to the battle with him in Casual.
Yeah, I was about to say that right now on the Wake Up Show.
Everybody. And I love
Yeah.
High Road. That's why I'm like, I want to pick no sides, but I was scared listening to it. You know what I'm saying? But it was like, those are MCs, man. And when I heard Come With It, I hated them even more.
Oh yeah.
Ahmad is
Wait, that was
another
the Street
ill
Fighter
nigga.
soundtrack, right?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
my shit.
These niggas hanging and floating and shit. Man, I spit it.
Right.
Fuck
Yeah.
these niggas. Then Golden State Warriors. Fuck you for that shit too. 3-card Molly, all this ill shit. So I'm quiet. Let's keep going.
Ras Kass, grab that mic real quick.
Yeah.
One of the other questions I had was I think when Alchemist's illest beats, and he ended up giving it. What happened with that? Because I know Jadakiss got it, but you were the original person on the "We Gon' Make It" song. That was your song. Because I even remember hearing it on the radio.
I mean, the past is the past. They used to, what was it? Not core DJs, but one of the DJ camps. I had 100 DJs call in, and we told both sides. Sometimes they say there's 3 sides to every story, yours, mine, and the truth. There's only one side to the story. So I bought the beat. I paid Al more, double what his rate was, because we were both in New York, and he had experienced a lot of, at the time, that he felt fuckery in LA, and I could relate to that. So on some West Coast niggas working, I was in a position to double what he was normally getting. I paid him for 3 beats. I picked that one and couldn't find 2 other ones. So we tracked that one out. I did the hook and I did the first verse there with him, with all of this in the studio. It's not like a 2-track beat or from a DAT. That's him tracking the record out. Then I went back, and Xzibit happened to fucking win a lot with Bitch Please. So my company turned into groupies, and they, for real, they did. And they're like, you should put Xzibit on this. I was like, bitch, you never even liked Xzibit. So now all of a sudden, put him on every fucking record. Get out of here, you cornballs.
You didn't like him on The Speed of Life?
I love it. The Speed of Life is one of my favorite songs.
I'm just trying to say. I'm just trying to say they didn't. They wasn't fucking with. They wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they didn't care. So I put him on that. I mean, I didn't put him on it. I was still working on the album, but I wanted vinyl for the record. So I forced their hand, and we made vinyl. And right before the vinyl, back then, turnaround was 3 months.
Yeah.
Right.
So in that 3 months, at some point, I remember seeing Alchemist maybe, I don't know, maybe a month later. He's like, yo, so what you gonna do with that song? And I still got some more to give you. I was like, you know what? I'm kind of sewing the album up. I got Scott Storch for 2. I got this. I got that. So I tell you what, just take, because back then you just pay your first half.
Yeah.
So I paid him for 3 first halves up top, and then I was like, you know what, fuck it, bro. I'm probably just gonna keep this one. So just take that as a complete
Just
payment.
pocket that.
Oh,
Pocket
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So I'm
Love
really,
right
first of all, if you're charging $750 and I'm paying you
Right.
$1,500, so I'm paying you double for 3. So now you really made out like a fat rap because I'm paying you, what was that, $4,500
Right.
for 1.
Right.
So I'm like, don't worry about it. It's cool. Just pocket it. I'll get back to you whenever, but thank you. I really like that particular record, so I'm good. And then he called back later, and it was like, well, what you gonna do? So he always kept talking
Right.
around it. So I didn't know what the fuck he
Did
was
you already
talking
press
about.
up the vinyl at this point?
Yeah, we already.
It's already been
So it's already in process.
Yeah, that's just
Yeah.
in process. Then my A&R, A&R niggas, they sitting around playing they
Songs,
shits.
yeah.
The Rough Rider niggas come in. Let's just call it a Friday. My A&R called me like, yo, this nigga got Jadakiss on the beat that we bought. I'm like, that's weird. Why would he do that?
Right.
Shit, we got vinyl coming.
That's
like,
weird.
Right, like,
But that's my beat.
yeah. No, it's signed contract and everything, like it's a rap. So he that happens on a Friday. I call him, he ducking and dodging. Saturday, Funk Flex, them niggas went back to Flex and blasted the record.
Oh, damn.
And took off on the record to
so
brand it
it was
before me.
before you.
So they did. So Rough Rider did me on some fuckery. I get it though. They just like, yo, this shit hot. This is the record we want to blast off on
Right.
Jada, and they
Well,
went.
Okay, let me ask
But
you
let me
this.
just finish
Okay,
this
my
last
bad,
part.
my
Keep
bad.
that thought.
Okay.
Long story short, Flex found out, was like, dude, I owe you a spike, because I had to call in. My niggas called my nigga Wise P that was signed to Jay-Z. Yeah, the Rangers. Wise called me. That's how I find out. And so my nigga from Brooklyn, like, yo, nigga, why is Jada on? And I put it on the K-Slave mixtape. So the song already came
right.
out
Yeah.
2 weeks ago on K-Slave, my version.
Yeah.
So this is before Slave even on radio. He just in Harlem on some straight mixtape
Right.
shit. So I've already branded the record, performed it once in New York. They just beat me to the punch with Flex, blew up. He dropped 1 million bombs. Then it was really ball in my court. Jada album gonna come out. And the lawyers at Priority just like, well, shit, we can cease and desist them niggas and destroy his whole album. But if you pressed up, I felt like, why do my own? That's another MC I respect. I got love for. I don't feel like he did it to me. I know the Rough Rider niggas did it to me. I know Al did it to me. But I ain't no bitch nigga where I don't call the police on niggas like, let's go to war. I call the police on white people and everybody else. I ain't gonna lie. I'm
behalf
not.
of
Officer.
No.
Fear for my life.
No, I call police on people that would call police on me. If we on some nigga shit,
all of them, bro.
I'm not. I got to look. So I didn't want to call. I didn't want to shut his album down, man. I just felt like that was. If he would have said something fucked up or did something fucked up, but I felt like he was put in a shitty position. There's more to that story.
That's what I was gonna say,
I want.
man. Because it's like,
Yeah.
because Alchemist, and that's, I mean, and I'm a huge Alchemist fan, so I'm not trying to get at Alchemist, but it's like, you knew he was pressing up the vinyl.
He knew the contract was
Yeah, and as a
everything.
producer, I get it. It's like, oh, that's Rough Riders right there. I'm about to get a Jadakiss placement. Hell yeah. Like,
Well, he told me, eventually came out, he played every beat, Jada didn't like nothing, and he went to
He went to the goodie bag.
But I'm glad you said that. So that's the only thing I'm gonna say. So for upcoming producers,
Don't do that.
Don't double sell beats. Just
Just
don't. Once it's sold,
Don't play that beat.
Once because
Yeah.
Once he cashed that
I'm gonna
check-
tell you why we do that, though. On behalf of producers, the day one,
I
feel
don't
free
know.
to chime in.
Hey,
Y'all
I don't
motherfuckers,
I do that.
I mean, I've never double sold a beat, but y'all motherfuckers be sitting on beats for a long time, though.
But
Now,
that has nothing to do with the price of rice in China. You cash that
Yeah.
check, my nigga. You agree.
Now what I will do,
There's a
no,
check involved.
no.
Yeah, but a lot of times it's just promises.
But as a producer,
paid.
All right, you're right.
No, but as a producer, what I would do is I would play someone something that is gone and let them know I can make you something like this. But I would.
I respect
be like,
that.
Yeah,
I
this is
respect
still
that.
open.
That's how I got the Golden Child beat. That was Jay-Z
That was gonna be
record.
my next question.
That was Jay-Z.
Yeah.
That was Preem kept making me tracks. I was sitting out there with Preem, and then he was like, well, what do you think of this? And I was like, that shit go. And then he was like, well, Jay bought these many. Let me check with Jay. He went back and said, Jay said it's a go before I even wrote to it. And he was like, Jay said, because he fuck with you,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Because Jay took That's I'm so gangsta, girls don't want to fuck. So he had that one in the. It was another one that he had 2 premiere beats on that particular album. Thank God, because I'm glad I got that beat.
No, that shit. When I first heard that shit, you done fucked up like Crip walking in front of Suge Knight. Like, man.
So just MCs. Producers. Don't double.
Oh, you gotta get in the mic though.
Don't double sell beats. Like Day One said, yo, I can make you something like this, but this is already off the market.
It is gone.
Now, if they don't give you no money,
It's on,
then you go do that. But as a man or a woman, whoever you are producing, if you're a cat, if you're producing, speak to that person.
Fraggle.
If you're a Fraggle Rock, communication is key. If there's more communication and say, bro, you're sitting on this beat too long, what are you gonna do?
Right.
With it?
Yeah.
Don't just do it because then you in the moment and you dick riding or you're so excited, you're in ecstasy because so and so is listening to your beats and you're like, this is the best move to make.
Right.
Don't do that.
Right.
That's all. And you can avoid bullshit like that. So back to your regular scheduled program.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah. I mean, I was just gonna add on to that and just say, you know, it ends with a happy ending.
Right.
You know, we made our piece about it, and Al's giving me
That's
beats, and you know, I love the red carpet, the shit on Evidence's album.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
that's so you know, for Evidence to put me on that record with Raekwon, I never rhymed with Raekwon.
Yeah,
so,
that was a
that's
sick
right.
ass song,
yeah,
man.
So you know, it is what it is, but don't sell niggas beats if you get paid. It's just poor form.
Yeah.
You can make more.
Yeah.
Yep. You gotta believe in yourself.
Put that dick down.
You silly.
So that brings us to Soul and Ice too, though, man.
Yes, sir.
As far as production wise, who you got on this album?
Shit. There are some brothers who are lesser known that just brought me fire shit. I try not to do that either, all the overly name brand shit. Because it's really about who brings the best part to the record. That's one thing I'll say about Dr. Dre. There's times when I watched him throw it against the wall, and if it stick, it stick. Yeah. I honestly watched him let like the cleaning lady come in and try to do something on the record. I promise to God. I promise to God. Her shit was whack, but she tried.
She tried.
He let her like take a shot. She was like, nah.
Is there gonna be anything like on your album like Nature of the Threat, like a part 2?
I was trying not to. That's okay. So I'll answer the question. Let's see. Diamond D, of course. It wouldn't have been Solo Nights 2 without D helping me.
Yeah.
Pete Rock. Pete Rock's on the album, producing. DJ Green Lantern. You know, for those that don't know, Nas is DJ and producer with Griselda and all them a lot because they all from Buffalo. Justice League gave me 2 killer records. Everlast is on the album. Snoop Dogg is on the album. CeeLo Green is on the album. Styles P and Lil Fame from MOP are on the album. My little nigga, my son, is on the record. Taj Austin, he hopped on the hook. He bodied this hook for me. It's more people I forget. Oh, JMO Gang, my group. Okay. But I got blessed, man. It's a really a strong album, man. I mean, and there's definitely something. Yeah. There's some stuff on there.
I gotta shout out my boy Veterano real quick. Too.
Oh yeah, of course, Veterano. Yeah.
So me and him went to high school together.
Yeah.
And we were kind of like we're close friends now, actually, but in high school we were kind of like rival DJs and shit. And he always talks about you, man, because I know you guys have done a lot of stuff together.
Yeah, we've done a lot. He's on the last album. We didn't get nothing on this one. I actually knocked out a record for him for his album that he's coming out soon. But yeah, man. And then as far as I never wanted to do a part 2 of Nature of the Threat. Yeah. But I do have a song called White Power. Immortal Technique is on the hook. It's a powerful record. Okay. And I have a song called Opioid Crisis that I think is a sick record. And if you're into those kinds of records, both of those are epically incredible without me trying to. I don't like trying to do the same kind of song.
Right, I got you.
Do you find, now that you're like in the latter parts, you're a little bit older, like wiser, do you find that like you have a lot more to say now? And that might kind of sound weird, but I feel like with certain rappers, like they get doper as they get older.
I'm getting dumber.
Like Black Thought. Like, I feel like Black Thought has like evolved, like
to another level of like intelligence. You mean?
If
Oh, hey there, Bishop.
Oh, the Henny is working.
Oh yeah.
Shouts out to Corrupt.
I'm good. Okay.
I'm good.
Okay.
Oh no, go ahead. Give me more elixir. Where am I? Please pour that. I can't multitask. But no, if you can be a Miles Davis, if you can be a Coltrane, if you can be a Charlie Parker, a lot of people will hit the ceiling. They'll hit the invisible like ceiling, and then they'll start to decline from there. You have people like him. You have people like Black Thought. You have people like Pharoah Monch, who continue to elevate.
That's what I'm saying.
You have people like Master Ace who continue to elevate. And that comes from a place of just loving the art form that much and not stopping and getting more belts, getting more notches on your belt, studying more martial arts. So I always try to say, to push the culture forward, you have to keep going forward and learning something else. If you got Krav Maga, if you got Jeet Kune Do, if you got Taekwondo even, you have to keep looking for more things. If it's, trying to figure out, well, let me get into some boxing. You know what I mean? Like, let me figure that out. Let me get into some wrestling. If you get into some bandu, get in some grappling, Kali, whatever.
Right. You become a mixed martial artist.
Right. You MMA that shit. You know what I mean? And so that's what these kind of cats do, and that's why I'm always a fan first, because I sit there and I listen to what they do, because if I've heard it before, I know all your moves.
Right.
Like, for me, I study the shit like a fighter. I will watch all Mike Tyson's fights. I will watch all Mike Tyson's workouts and apply them to MCing. Like we were just talking about earlier, there was some Marine shit, and I saw it, and these niggas would do swimming in pools where they would crawl on the bottom of the pool and try to go as far as they can before they come up for air. And they keep going back and forth in these Olympic-sized pools until it was 4 or 5, 6 times to expand their lungs. So I applied that shit to rhyming. That's the kind of shit. We look at Rakim. Rakim will write from the bottom of his page to the top. He'll start from the bottom of the rhyme and go to the top because he saw something. He read something in a screenwriter's book about you start with the ending. That's the kind of ill shit. So these kind of cats is on that. So when you think outside the box and go into that spiritual place of what this craft really possesses, you get those cats that keep going ill. Because most cats after their first album, that sophomore effort is very scary. And then that third is horrible. And it's like, what happened, bro? But you have MCs like him that continue to challenge and go further with the art form. Right. And that's what's exciting. You know what I mean?
Ras Kass, you find coming out the West.
No, hold up. Let me give him a phony question. Ras Kass, what is that name? Where do you get the name from?
I hate you. Is that a real question? Do I have to answer?
No, it ain't no real question.
I don't want
no real question.
New people.
I promise you, my question is way better than Bishop's
Okay,
right now.
let's do the other question.
What is Ras Kass?
All right, what does Ras Kass mean?
He's a real historical figure, Ethiopian king. Ras really means king, basically.
Wow.
So like Ja Rastafari, Rastafarians, right? So. Ras Kass was John IV before he took the crown. I'm John IV, so I'll transition.
I'm gonna keep it way real right now.
Wow.
Wow. I didn't. That was actually a really good answer.
You're welcome, Noah.
Ras Kass because it was like razzle dazzle or something.
No, bro. You're welcome, Noah.
Oh.
Okay, my last question, bro. So like, 3 Cardin Molly came out. And it was just insane. And like, I had my Golden State Warriors jersey before like this Curry stuff, all that happened, like back then. Why didn't the Golden State Warriors project come out? I was so creaming in my jeans for it, bro.
Yes.
There you go, and I'm done.
Damn. All right. So, fuck it. Because my label was whack as fuck, stupid as fuck. So we had the opportunity, and they literally.
What was that, Priority at the time? No, it wasn't
Priority. Yeah, it was Priority
Records.
Priority Records, which was probably by then. They probably bought not a controlling share, but like almost half of Priority Records was Capitol Records, EMI Capitol Virgin. Yeah. So we kind of reported to the Round Building is what I call it, the shit in Hollywood, the Capitol Building. So I almost blew up the Brown Building.
The Round Building. The Round Building.
Oh, bro. On some real shit.
Capital.
It's been over 10 years, right? Just making
sure.
Yeah. All right.
It's not terrorist threat now, bro. I said right. That was a long time ago.
I always heard that you couldn't get the Golden State Warriors name clear because of the team. That wasn't even it.
Really?
No. Of course, they sent a thing like you ain't gonna be the Golden State Warriors, but you could always change some shit. Yeah. How you spell it or whatever. Like whatever. Like shut up, nigga. Y'all Warriors and we live in California. It's the Golden State. You don't know neither one of them fucking things.
Right.
You know, that was some asshole in a suit. But no, you know, we had the opportunity. Xzibit had the distribution deal.
Okay.
Then my company, and I remember going into meetings and saying, "You're a groupie, bro." All of a sudden, it was, "Well, and then Xzibit, you should do 2 songs on this, and we want." I'm like, bro, get out of here. You didn't even give a fuck about the homie. And I used to have to go talk to these execs. You got to remember, suits, man. They go to college. I actually got in trouble one time because I got in like Vibe magazine or whatever. When I was like, yeah, the owner of my company, you know, he plays hockey and sniffs coke, and he thinks that if you think he's gonna tell me what the fuck is happening in the streets of LA, right? So, I mean, the fact of the matter was, all they see is numbers, and when Bitch Please and then his album went platinum, all they saw was the decimal point on his forehead moving, and all of a sudden everything he did was good.
Right.
And it was irritating to me to you know, try to have a you know, we come into this system dolo MCs 9 times out of 10, especially with me. You know, my clique had already funny bunnied out, my first clique, over some money shit. So what you trying to do is get with a crew of niggas that keep moving to the top.
Yeah.
And to watch even my own company, I would have to, you know, there was times when I, you know, Dre said this, I said it. Like, dude, you signed Ras Kass. If you want Dr. Dre, go sign Dr. Dre. Go give him his bag. And if you want Xzibit, give him his bag. But don't hedge me and fuck off our opportunity over you trying to get Xzibit on soundtracks and all this other weird shit. And it just stalled because, honestly, I feel like I probably was a different person back then.
You were dangerous, bro.
Yeah, well, I was angrier, you know, and I was just like, and plus, well, no, back then they couldn't, look, they could replace us now because the bar for what's good is trash.
It's on the ground.
So, right.
Yeah, you can do anything now.
Right, so like back then it was like, you can't replace me on no mic, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but now that's what happened was we tried to negotiate with them for a year, and they were really, you know, I probably didn't do it any favors, but they were really asking for a lot from him specifically, and that was offensive to me, and it took a year, and then we lost that deal, like the deal.
And I feel like a lot of rappers from the West Coast, especially the lyricists, they took hits because it was if you weren't coming through that Aftermath or Death Row machine, it was hard, man, because I don't think the labels really knew what to do or how to market or how to present you to the world.
They wanted
Exactly, yeah.
They wanted that co-signing going, okay, we got Dre on it,
Well, I mean, they ruined me. You got to remember, I'm before Xzibit. I introduced Xzibit to Dr. Dre. Period. And Snoop. That's my label mate. They brought me over there.
Now, you never really did. You had the one single produced by Dre, right? The H2O Proof?
It was Ghetto Fabulous.
Ghetto Fabulous, live from Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Right.
And then that was pretty much it, huh?
No, we did it again. He gave me another record. My label was groupie and whack, and they kept fucking up, so I wouldn't put the records out. They gave me, the reason why my fourth album didn't come out is because they went behind my back while we on Anger Management tour and tried to make it the single when that wasn't a single. We had a single, The Golden Child was the single.
Right.
The premiere record was a single.
That was a no-brainer, wasn't it?
Then we had a high tech record with with Pharoah Monch called See What I See. Then we had a Maya Scott Storch record.
Wow.
Then if they did right on the low, right before we mastered the album, I was gonna say, ta-da, I got the Dr. Dre record with Busta Rhymes on the hook. Just do your fucking job. They found out how the Dr. Dre record, didn't know if he just farted on the beat. They don't know.
They don't care.
They didn't know. They grouped it out, shut down everything, and then got mad at me because Dr. Dre said, or what's her name? Yeah. And they literally said, we put out your album if you can't get Dre to make this the first single. And I was like, eat a dick. I'm not doing that.
So they wanted Dre to
They wanted Dre because the Ghetto Fabulous wasn't supposed to be the first single for the second album.
And it was like a sample of another Dr. Dre song, which I thought was kind of like...
No, I picked that. I wanted that.
Yeah.
It was only that snippet. I wanted that because that was my favorite shit. It was so ice cold. And I was going from New York to LA to Atlanta, and I knew everybody kept talking about that fucking part of that beat, and didn't nobody rap on it. I was like, give me that.
It was the fucking beat. Like, you niggas are in suits.
Right.
But no.
That beat was something else. And I was like, give me. I wanted that beat. So that he didn't shut me down. Actually, to my understanding, I think I believe that what's the difference? They made it to be the remix for, and that's what Dre was gonna try to convince me to do is use. You know, it's still that trumpet. It's the same tempo.
Right.
But I wanted. Yeah, they made that because I remember Dre lays it and never gives me the session back. He's like, "No, I was kind of thinking." What you think if we remix it? I was like, "Nah, nigga, I want that beat, nigga." That beat, bro.
Producers do be doing that though. Like, let me just add this. Like, nah. And then I can imagine as a rapper, it's like, nah, I want that one because he might not be able to do that shit twice.
Right.
That shit.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Soul and Ice 2 drops 9/11, correct?
Yes, sir. Dropping 9/11. Pun intended, unfortunately.
Dope.
Shit.
No,
I already know
good.
there's gonna be some bars that gonna make me. I know we don't really like rewind no more, but I already know it's gonna be a gang of quotables on there, man.
It's some strong. It's a strong album from top to bottom. My friends that have heard it. Actually, I have some very critical homies, and I like when people say like it doesn't work for me.
Right.
You know, I'd rather have criticism if it's constructive and tell me what you don't like about it. Like I don't know, the hook wasn't it, or you know what I'm saying, or that second verse, or them 2 lines, because that's the only way you're gonna get better. And if you're a sensitive rapper, which most of them are,
You're in the wrong
but so the feedback that I've gotten from producers, people I respect, from Miami to New York to Atlanta to LA to the Bay.
Speaking of Miami, bro,
Oh, here we go.
this is my last question. So, you made this hot song, Miami Life.
Miami Life.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Why was Coolio at the top of the stairs?
Is that a real question?
Yeah. How do you know Coolio?
Miami Life.
What's your connection with Coolio? Because I see Coolio, he's got the tie on, he's at the top of the stairs, and I'm
Coolio's
like, I'm afraid.
Coolio's doing the hook on the record.
No, he's just,
Oh.
that's him. He's just at the top of the stairs, and I'm afraid. Like, I know about
All right.
Coolio and the, you know.
Mad Circle? What?
Or whatever that was. County line. But how do you know
County
Coolio,
line,
bro?
okay.
How do you know Coolio?
I love these strange, smashing questions. All right, so I'm an idiot, and I went to jail.
Yes.
Juvenile.
That's what you colors do.
Yeah, all the time. All the time.
Trump 2020.
Trump 2020.
Keep going.
So the homie from your hood, Wino.
Oh, shouts out to Wino.
Shouts out to Big Wino, man. So Wino, I lived in the Patch. And for those that don't know, we were both from Carson, me and Bishop. And basically, there's the Carson Mall. And south of that is my neighborhood, that's Bloods.
It's Bloods,
and
bro.
west of
Crips,
it,
bro.
Crips over here.
bro.
So my mama I used to take the Carson Circuit. I used to take the Carson
Hey, this
Circuit.
is working right now.
And walk. We had a local bus called the Carson Circuit. I'd
It's more
catch the
baller
bus.
now. It's bigger now.
Oh,
It's
nice.
lawsuit.
We're rich.
Yeah.
So,
now, bro.
or my mama would drop me off, or I would thank you,
We got
nigga.
arms.
Come on, nigga.
Well, you got a Wingstop? Hey, lemon pepper though?
Yeah, fire. Do you want me to answer this shit or what?
answer the question, please.
All right, let me answer this because we gotta take a break and then we gotta
Okay.
get to these bars.
Anyway, long story short, Wino would produce for me. He was making my demos and all that.
Okay.
I did some dumb shit, went to jail, juvenile hall when I'm close to getting out because I would call him and check in like what's going on in the world of life and music. And one day he was like, "Cuz I'm produced for Coolio." And then that's how Wino talk, cuz crip. Anyway, he's like, I'm working with Coolio from the Mad Circle. I was like, okay. Months passed again. And then one day when I called, I was really short, like a month. He was like, Coolio about to get signed, and he over here. We fuck with your music, and he's like, cuz when you get out, we fucking with you. Get your, don't be dumb and go back. So I'm really blessed, man. Coolio through that journey that, I basically got out of juvenile hall, really CYA. No, because I had to take the county deal. So I ended up going as an adult, got out of jail, out the county, and went on fucking tour around the world with Coolio and Wino. So they blessed me. They blessed the shit out of me, man.
That was my point.
I was a little nigga.
People know how important
Coolio is.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
just do Gangsta's Paradise.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And fantastic.
And he was like the equivalent of Drake at that period. He was the most
Yeah, he was a
pop
big deal back in the
rapper.
day,
man.
Oscar.
Yeah.
He won an
Fantastic Voyage was
Oscar.
already out when Miami
Yeah.
Life came out, right?
Yeah.
Well, hey guys, what
you're
we're
right.
gonna do, we're gonna take a quick break and then we come back. This is Beats and Bars. So
Yeah.
we got to get to these bars.
right.
Somebody told me, day one hit me and was like, yo, Ras Kass is still rapping, so we about to find out. Sometimes I need convinced because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because
Corrupt is here in spirit.
you know what I'm saying? We had old boy, Corrupt is here in spirit.
Bang!
We had old boy last week pull out the cell phone, so who knows? And I'm
Yeah,
not saying you
hey.
can't pull out a cell phone or notebook, you can do that. But we about to find out. It's 935 K Day, beats and bars, no Ayala, day one. Bishop Lamont, Razzie Kazzy. Don't move.